Hey, what's up, Coin Fam? Sometimes a market blows up, and if you're invested at just the right time, you can get to ride that wave of profit all the way to the bank. We saw it a few years ago with the cryptocurrency Dogecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and most recently with stocks like GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond. The coin market can be similar to these other bubbles, but on a much smaller basis. We're seeing it now with some of the 2022 error coins that are selling on eBay for good money. Most people aren't aware of these coin errors, so the faster you get on the train, the more likely for you to make a little extra money by taking advantage of the market. Today, we're going to talk about some new quarter error discoveries, and by the end of the video, you'll know why they're valuable, how to identify them, how much they're worth, and how to get your hands on them. Let's get right into it so it all makes sense. This is the Maya Angelou quarter. Here's what the front of the quarter looks like, and here's the back. There are two different errors you need to look for on the Philadelphia minted version of this quarter. The first one is on the front or the head side of the quarter. You're looking for a die chip at the corner of George Washington's mouth. A die chip happens when there's a chip in the die. The metal from the planchet fills the chip in the die and it leaves what appears to be a bump on the coin. This die chip is called the drooling George Washington error. You can see the dip in the corner of George Washington's mouth. As the die deteriorates, this die chip becomes larger and even more valuable. Some of these quarters are selling on eBay for over $200. That's not a bad deal for a quarter. Don't forget to check the back of the Maya Angelou quarters as well. Die chips can occur anywhere, but you're looking for a different type of error called a die gouge error. If a sharp foreign object comes in contact with a die, it can cause a gouge in that die. Just like the die chip, the metal from the planchet will fill the space where the gouge was and leave a raised line in the shape of the gouge. The gouge is located on the back of the bird behind Maya Angelou. These quarter errors were really hot when I put out the first video about them a few months back. Now, timing is really important. This one sold recently for $189. That's a huge drop from $1,500, but that's still a lot of profit for something that cost you 25 cents. This is the 2022 Philadelphia minted Wilma Mankiller quarter. This is a perfect example of the quality work and quality control that the Philadelphia Mint is well known for. That was sarcasm, by the way. The first thing you'll notice is the big die break right here at the top of the quarter. You can also see subtle cracks on George Washington's head right here, and from his 5 head down to the bottom of the quarter to the rim of the coin. And don't forget the die chip known as the drooling George or the herpes error by the lip of George Washington. If the front of the coin is this bad, will the reverse be toe up from the flow up as well? Let's take a look. Surprise, surprise, surprise! Well, golly! Here are a couple spots around the edges of the coin where we have a very weak strike. There are some die chips in Mankiller's head and another huge die crack running from between the E and the R in America all the way to Mankiller's left arm. This die was in really bad shape and probably didn't last many more strikes after this one. All of these errors brought in $345 on eBay. Here's a really cool error on a 2022 Sally Ride quarter. This is a die clash error. A die clash occurs when the obverse and the reverse die come into contact with each other because there's no planchet loaded. This can result in some of the details from one or both dies to be transferred to the other one. You can see some extra lines on the back of this quarter here and here. If I overlay the obverse image over the reverse of this quarter, you can see where the extra lines come from. This one here is from George Washington's ponytail. And this one here is from George Washington's nose. This quarter sold on eBay for $410. One way to get quarters is to go to the bank and buy a box from them directly. A box of quarters is expensive though. It's going to cost you $500. But you can always re-roll whatever you don't keep to return to the bank or just spend them. Some banks won't let you do this unless you have a business account, and it's never a good idea to take rolled coins back to the same bank you bought them from. Another way to get them is to buy them on eBay. I wouldn't recommend that unless you know exactly what you're doing. You're going to pay a premium for sure, as well as shipping, and there's no guarantee that you're going to make money. This numismatic entrepreneur bought a $500 box of quarters and sold them on eBay for $750 with $60 shipping. I could have shipped it for under $10. If you decide to buy quarters from the bank, you can always buy individual rolls instead of spending $500 for a full box. This isn't an error quarter, but it illustrates how important it is for you to react quickly. This is a Nina Otero Warren 2022 quarter minted in Denver. It's designated first release and was graded mint state 69 on a scale from 1 to 70. It's not even a perfect coin, but because of the high grade and the first release designation, this quarter brought in $899 on eBay. And here's another example of what we just looked at, but with a different coin. Here's a 2022 Denver minted Sally Ride quarter. It's a first release and was graded mint state 68 on a scale from 1 to 70. This quarter sold on eBay for $999. We talked about buying rolls from the bank, but there's another way to buy rolls. You just have to cut out the middleman, and you can get them directly from the United States Mint. You're going to pay a premium when you buy them from the Mint, though. I was surprised to find out that 10 sets of 3 rolls that included a roll of quarters from Denver, Philadelphia, and San Francisco with a face value of $300 sold on eBay for $1,599. That seems really crazy, but let's talk about why it happened. First, there's an increased demand of these quarters because of the error we talked about earlier, and the mint sold out of their supply. When everybody wants something and there's a limited supply, just like gasoline, the price goes up. How lucky or great at reading and reacting to the coin market do you have to be to capitalize on this man-killer shortage? Many times I'm confused by sale prices for collectibles on eBay. Not as surprised as coin auction prices though. Here's a Sally Ride quarter identified as a major error, ghost comet tail from head. I searched the internet looking for the technical name of this error and the cause of the error, but I couldn't find it. If you know what the cause of the ghost comet error is, put a link or explanation in the comments below. I almost removed this coin from my video, but I saw several of them posted on eBay and I wanted to address researching coins and errors you may not be familiar with. I've seen normal bag marks and marks from other coins identified as errors on eBay and coin collecting forums. The reverse of the Sally Ride quarter shows this shark fin looking image. It appears to be a depression on the coin, but I can't tell from the pictures. It looks like this image is extended to the right of Sally Ride, right here and here on the quarter. Make sure you do your research before buying any coin error you're not familiar with. I've seen plenty of misidentified errors and fake error coins on eBay and other websites. If you're selling on eBay, you should also be responsible enough to research, authenticate, and only list authentic error coins at a fair price. This coin right here, it's sold on eBay for $2,500. Don't forget to look for other errors on these coins as well. You never know what you're going to find. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.